John Wayne beat.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, look. Too hot to hate us, no they can't fade us. Headed to the top, just stay tuned for the latest. Soon as the episode drop, they gotta play us. All I know is we got the flavor.
What's up, it's your boy Los LOS for the Flava Podcast. You are listening and watching the Flava Podcast. What's up, Liz? How you doing?
Hey, I'm back. I'm back and I'm better. I'm back and I'm better. Hey guys, what's up?
I am glad that you are back. Suli is not back yet, but she is on vacation.
He's on vacation. Man, she's out there enjoying it.
She's out there enjoying some good weather.
Yes, not like the one that we have here, playing with our feelings.
So we had a warm day where we didn't wear any jackets.
Nope. Shorts.
And then today we have snow.
Jackets, gloves, hats.
You went all out with the gloves and hats?
Yep, I sure did. Because in your 30s, you feel it all. In your bones and everything. All the crevices.
It's funny how you say in your 30s. I'm here sitting as a 51-year-old.
You know, but you're always
and you're young
layered.
and it's cold.
But you're always layered, though. Look, you got your hoodie, you got your sweater, and you got something else under that.
Yeah, I'm
one.
actually layered with a few things on.
There you go. That's why you don't feel it.
Okay, I'll take that one.
See?
So how was your week last week?
It was okay. I had a lot of time to myself, which I needed. And I committed myself to actually finishing up the last 2 chapters of my book, which I did. So it was a really good week.
It sounded like you committed yourself.
Yes.
Like you put yourself in.
Well, I mean, you could kind of say that because, I was close to going to the Lulu bin, for a few days.
You are fine, girl. You are fine.
Yeah, but it was a good week.
My week was interesting. Took my wife to the hospital for a checkup.
How's she doing?
She is doing good. She is got the tumor out of her breast.
Okay.
So she's doing good. I mean, she's in pain, of course, because they had to do the thing.
Physically healing.
Yeah, but she has a lot of pain at nighttime.
Okay.
But throughout the day, she says she's cool. She doesn't feel anything.
Yeah.
When she wants to go to sleep and she wants to lay on her sides. Is where it hurts her. So she's pretty much up all night, and we're pretty much up all night.
Yeah.
Trying to get her back to sleep, but God has her, and
yeah. God has her. God's always by her side when we're in pain. So, yeah.
It's good stuff. It's cancer or whatnot, but it's like what they said. If you're gonna have cancer, is the one you want to get.
Yeah.
It's the one you want to get because this one is treatable.
Yeah, it's treatable.
You can get rid of it. So we're happy that we heard that, and
yes,
it's just trying to get her back on her feet and moving. She went to church today, so it was good.
Oh, okay, that's
Everyone
good.
was excited to see her. So
yeah. Oh, I love that, and I'm sure that she was smiling her way through there.
She was.
I love that.
Got 1,000+ people saying, "Hey!" Yeah. She feels like a celebrity,
Yeah. Well, I mean, as she should. She went through this life-changing, course, and she needs those people to cheer her on. And
she got me. She don't those people. She got me.
She got you, but
all she needs is me. A little bit of los.
Oh Lord, that sounds a little toxic. Please.
That's all the dose she needs. A little bit of los. That's all right in here.
You start your own rap battle. Hold on.
By myself, right?
Yeah, because I don't rap.
I'm gonna hit myself like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I'm gonna just argue with myself. Anyways, what is your hot topic for today?
Into hot topic.
Hot topic. We'll do it together.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hot topic. So what's your hot topic?
We done turned the White House into a car show. Teslas.
What happened? Because I did not see this.
I know that.
I'm trying to stay away from the news.
I know, but this was
mental health is like
this one
serious.
Was like hilarious. Like at this point, we're like the Daily Show, you guys, literally. So they had Teslas in front of the White House lawn, literally.
For what purpose?
Trump was giving us prices.
Giving what?
Prices.
Of the Tesla?
Teslers.
He had a bunch of Teslers.
Teslers, yeah. He calls them Teslers. So he had a bunch of Teslers, different models, in front of the White House with a paper in the price. And he was just, going about it with Elon. And, yeah, they were talking about the Teslers. So, yeah, that was my hot topic. It's very interesting how...
Elon must have paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah,
Trump ain't doing that for free.
Money can move things, let me tell you.
But it's something that's actually... Because I did hear a little bit about that. I can't lie. It's actually something that presidents have done. in the past.
Really?
He's not the first one to do it.
Who has done this in the past?
1940s, I forgot what president was that.
That is very interesting about
they've
the 1940s.
done it before. It's just weird to us because we haven't seen it in our time.
I should have brought my conspiracy earrings.
Conspiracy earrings.
Earrings, yes. Okay, because 1940s, you know how all these plane crashes happening.
Okay.
So a lot of plane crashes happened in the 1940s to 1960s. And now we got stuff that's repeating itself in 2025. Oh, I was going to say 2024. Lord, I'm in the wrong year. 2025. That's just crazy. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Yeah. Now you're going to make me go in a rabbit hole. I'm about to do some research.
I did my research, And by research, I mean I Googled it.
Oh, that's not research, bro. You got to go to the library and pick up books.
Well, I asked ChatGPT too. So I went to places.
No. We're going with AI, you guys. No, we got to go back to the old school way. Go to the library.
Do they still exist?
Library?
I better stop saying that because I do have a contract with Chicago Public Libraries.
They do exist. They do exist. Yeah. I love libraries. I'm a library junkie. Oh, I soak in books. But that's where I get my research.
So you actually go to the library? I just get the book from Amazon or I download it.
No, I go to the library because the library, you the book that you're looking for, right? But then you find other books that are related to that book. Okay. So you just go to different books. Yeah, that's what I do. But I didn't know that about the cars.
Theorist.
Yeah, conspiracy theories go in deep. And I'll bring my earrings next time so you can see them.
What do they look like?
What do you think they look like? If you hear conspiracy earrings,
like the raw, that on the dollar bill, that eye. I don't know.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. Oh,
what is it?
Is
it close to it?
Well, no, they have aluminum foil. They're hoops covered in aluminum foil.
Camera on me. If you guys know Sully and this one right here, conspiracy theorists, like there's no tomorrow. The weirdest stories. Yeah. They talk about the moon. They talk about stars.
Yes. Oh, blood moon.
We just had one, right?
Yes, we did on Friday. Guess where I was out.
I thought about you.
I was
probably
outside.
Excited about that.
Oh my goodness, you should have seen me. I put an alarm clock and everything, like an alarm.
What does that mean, though? A blood moon?
It was just the phase that the moon goes in rotation with like the earth and the sun and all that. So there was an eclipse, a lunar eclipse, before that. And then after the lunar eclipse, or was it before? So in between some time, the moon turns red because of the sun's glow. And it's in a middle part of the earth. So there's only like an hour that you can see the blood moon, literally, because it's going around.
Do you have like a celebration with balloons and stuff?
No. I mean, I think my neighbors might think that I'm crazy. Neighbors, if you're watching, I promise I'm not crazy. But I was sitting outside, and I just like soak in the energy and it feels so good.
I think that goes with today's guest. I really do. I really do.
Yes. So blood moon, very important.
Blood moon. Yeah. So right now we're going to be going to a commercial break.
Let's go.
And we'll be right back. What's up, it's your boy Los LOS from the Flava Podcast, and we are having an 8-week course right here at the Flava Podcast studio, and you're invited. What you can get for that? So what you'll learn each week. Week 1, intro, podcasting. What's your why? Week 2, equipment and studio setup. Keep it professional. Week 3, content planning, building engaging episodes. Week 4, recording techniques. Be clear and be confident. Week 5, editing basics, turning raw audio into gold. Week 6, hosting and interviewing skills, mastering your mic. Week 7, distributing your podcast, platforms, and promotion. Week 8, launch your strategy, grow your audience, and monetize. For the first 10 students, you only pay $297. After the 10, the price goes up to $397. So be one of the first 10 to sign up now. So I can't wait to see you here at the Flava Podcast studio. Sign up now. What's up? We are back. What's up, Liz?
We're back. 8. Hey,
we left off with the blood moon.
Yes.
But we are not going to go there right now because our guest is in the building.
Yes.
And we are going to go there right now. Welcome to the table, the Flava table, Viviana MENENDEZ. What's up, Viviana?
Hi. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having me. It's very honored.
Yes, me too.
Nice to have you here. So, Viviana, tell the people what you do before we get into, you know what? Let's get into this or that. Let's not get into that. This or that.
We're gonna get
We're gonna kick it off like that. We can get some laughter.
We are going back to the blood moon, though, right? Because I've been squirming here this whole time,
my
ready
God.
to talk about.
Oh my God.
Yes,
stuff.
we're so excited to talk about the blood moon.
Okay, so this or that.
we'll go to this and that.
This or that. Okay. So this or that. So I'm going to give you two things to choose from. When you choose one, you have to explain why you're choosing that one. Okay? They're really silly or they're really serious. You don't have to answer anyone you want. If you want to answer one, answer it. If you don't, don't. You don't have to. Okay? We're going to have some fun. So, Tom or Jerry?
Jerry.
Why Jerry?
Because he's a cute little mouse.
I love that you say Jerry.
He's a cute little mouse.
He's a cute little mouse.
Okay.
I love that.
You want to go?
Yes.
Go.
Dubai or Hawaii?
Both.
Oh, not the answer I was expecting.
Both.
Ooh, okay. Why both?
Well, I've always wanted to travel, and that's one of my dream board missions is to be able to travel and get paid doing it.
Ooh.
Dubai is on the list, and Hawaii
I
is
love
on
how
the
you
list.
added get paid while doing it.
Yes.
Yes, girl. Speak it into existence. I love
100%.
it.
So, Batman or Superman? And why?
No Marvel characters? It's got to be DC.
Batman or Superman?
Let's go with Batman.
Why Batman?
I don't know, the movies were better.
Movies are better?
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the money.
Nothing to do with the money.
It's
Or the
nothing to do
voice.
with the money.
I mean, that's like work. Yeah.
Or the voice. It's the voice for me.
Who sent you? Yeah. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was.
So I just found out earlier that you're Latina
Yes.
because I didn't know your last name. So that was the only reason. When you said your last name, I'm like, of course she's Latina.
Well, Viviana, okay, this is sharing too much information, but I actually learned through my parents that my name was picked out. It was a prostitute character in a Spanish soap opera.
Okay.
And her name was Viviana. It was out in the 80s. You can YouTube it. And the song is hysterical.
Okay.
I'm going to
That's
have to
very
YouTube
interesting.
this.
Yes.
But who
Everyone
picked your
right
name?
now is probably
Yes.
YouTubing that right now,
Yes.
trying to find it right now.
Yes.
A novela in the 80s. So was it mom or dad that picked the name?
It was Dad that picked the name.
It had to be that.
It had to be dad. It had to be dad.
Yeah.
Girl, my dad picked my name and he picked his ex-girlfriend's name. Oh, what? Exactly. That's why they changed it. So my legal name. I know, right? So originally, when I was born, my name was going to be Elizabeth. All right. Guess my name is Lizbeth. It's horrible. I hate my name.
That's your full name, Lizbeth?
Yes, Lizbeth
Until
Alejandra.
now, okay.
No,
I'm sorry for
It's
you.
pretty
And
name.
it's-
Lizbeth.
I don't like
It's
Lizbeth.
unique.
I'm gonna tell you why though. They always called me Elizabeth. They never called me Lizbeth.
Well, I get Vivian a lot.
Vivian, right? They don't
Yeah.
say it right. So growing up, I was Elizabeth, and then I asked my mom when I met her. When I was a little bit after I met her, I was like, "Hey, what's up with my name? Like, you literally ruined my life." She's like, "No, your name was gonna be Elizabeth, but you know that was your dad's ex-girlfriend's name, so I took the E and the A out." So. I had to. Interesting that your dad picked your name.
Yeah. If
and
it
your
wasn't
mom
Viviana,
was okay with
it was going to be Agnes.
Oh,
but
God.
the Hispanic name was Inez.
Inez.
So I was almost an Inez.
Oh my goodness,
then-
almost, but no, Viviana fits
Yeah,
you.
it's fitting. I remember growing up as a kid, I always wanted to fit in, right? So I remember having the same conversation with my mom, like, why wasn't I just an Ashley or a Brittany? Why am I Viviana? Nobody knows my name. And then now that I've grown into it, and I'm like, I love how unique my name
yes,
is. And I
it's
do
so
love,
very
it is on a rare occasion, I'll meet another Viviana, and it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
another
because it's
one.
usually Vivian. It's usually Vivian, not
Yeah.
Viviana. But I love Viviana.
So since you're a Latina, white rice or Puerto Rican yellow rice?
Puerto Rican yellow rice.
Why?
Because it's delicious. And I could get white rice anywhere. Chinese food, Guatemala, we have white rice with black beans.
Yes.
Yes.
That you could choose that one, either that one or Puerto Rican.
But if I had Puerto Rican rice in front of me, I'm going for the Puerto Rican
Really?
rice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, I like the white rice with the beans on the side because you can always sauce it up.
Mm-hmm.
And since
To your level, right? To your
Right.
consistency.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you have more control.
you can always throw an egg on top of that too. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
know that back in the day.
Oh, no, yeah. That's how we did it.
Yeah.
Egg on top of it, like
Yeah.
a cooked egg.
Yeah, that was breakfast.
Like
That was
like
poor
a-
people food,
with
girl.
a cup of coffee
Yeah.
and some tortillas.
So we
that was the
Bam.
breakfast. Yeah.
Yep.
Never had egg and rice together. Gonna have to give that a try.
Yes.
You got one?
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea. Green tea or black tea?
Dandelion root or peppermint.
Ooh, I love
Peppermint fennel.
that. Is the
Lemon
why?
balm.
Why is the why?
So I used to love coffee, and it's not that I don't.
Yeah.
I do on occasion. It gives me the jitters, and I can. So I work with a holistic med spa, and I'm learning a lot about regenerative nutrition, things that are good for your body, and things that are not so much good for the body. Coffee, especially the coffee we get in this country, is not the best for your body, especially to start your day with. So a cup of coffee in the morning, you really want to start your day off with a glass of water.
Okay.
Because we are very dehydrated people, especially if you're starting your day up with a cup of coffee. And that's not even including the stuff that they mix in with it and the preservatives, and it's toxic. So if I were to recommend a coffee, it would be a superfood alternative called Kamana, which actually tastes smoother than a regular black coffee, and it's actually good for you, and it's good for your gut health. So
Is it a coffee bean or is it like a
it's a
mushroom?
coffee alternative. It's not even coffee, but it tastes like it. So it's like a mesquite superfood.
Yeah, because some people it's just literally for me. For me, it's the taste of coffee.
Yes,
it's
and
not
it tastes
even.
just like you have to come to the spa. I'm going to serve you some Kamana, and it's going to rock your world.
I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, that's really exciting because I'm a coffee addict. I'm addicted, and it's not that the energy because I don't get energy. Like
Right.
I don't get anything. I don't get anything out of coffee. It's just the taste for me. Like I
Yes.
just need to have the taste. So
It's very satisfying taste.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Awesome. So the next one. Chicago Cubs or Chicago Sox?
Dun dun dun. Oh, she's looking at the boyfriend.
Oh man,
Ew, there goes the betrayal.
I know. Dad or boyfriend?
Ride Home would be the one.
Can I just be a Chicago fan?
You gotta choose one.
I gotta choose one.
You gotta choose.
Filled park with people having a great time.
you're gonna go there.
Or empty park.
sheesh.
With nobody.
We fill up seats sometimes.
Well, the Yankees are there.
Okay.
I'll have to go Chicago White Sox.
Oh, that's my girl.
Your boyfriend is happy right
My
now.
Uber is a White Sox fan. I don't feel like walking home in the blizzard today.
I think it's over. So, because of the boyfriend.
Oh yeah,
But dad was a Cubs guy.
that's Chicago.
Well,
Cubs.
is a
Well,
Cubs
I
fan.
think he's a Chicago fan, but he goes to a lot of Cubs games. He gets tickets to go to a lot of Cubs games.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hook it up over here. I like
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Only when the Yankees are here, though.
Okay.
I'm a Yankee fan. I'm neither. Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan. That's awesome. So, he's going to raise his eyebrows on this one, too. Chicago Bears or Green Bay Packers?
Oh, Chicago Bears.
Why?
Yeah.
But why? Why?
I mean,
Chicago.
it's Chicago. Yeah.
Hello.
Chicago Bears.
He's a Packers fan. He's a Packers
Really?
lover.
I can
So-
tell by the green.
I like winners. I like people that win.
Oh
You know,
gosh.
we win.
We
Could they be
win
winning at
too.
life? You know, is it all about winning the game or?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes, I mean,
about
for
the
them,
game of
it's-
life?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the Green Bay Packers are winning in finances. But anyways,
Oh gosh. No.
so this is the big one. This is a serious one.
Okay.
Extremely serious. Chicago pizza or New York pizza?
Oh, Chicago pizza.
Why?
Oh man,
Yes.
because it's the best. Deep dish all the way.
Amen.
Okay,
Yeah.
from where?
Luz.
Who?
Lou Malnati's.
Lou Malnati's?
Deep dish.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I had
Is
a
that the
feeling you were gonna say
boyfriend's
that.
favorite too?
I mean, it was my favorite before boyfriend.
Okay.
But we both, that was one of our compatibility traits, is that we both enjoyed Lou Malnati's.
Lou
deep
Malnati's.
dish.
Okay. Because I saw him nodding over there like, yeah.
Look at that proud smile.
Like, yeah, that's the spot.
So we have a little battle on this table about pizza places in Chicago.
Oh,
Illuminati's definitely not one.
It's on the list, though. It's on the battle list.
It is not.
It's not?
It is. Is it?
Illuminati's?
Oh,
I
Illuminati's
thought-
isn't on the list.
Huh.
Yours is not.
I know mine's not.
Yours is not.
Yeah,
why didn't you make it on the list?
Well, because mine's
It's Chicago. They're doing best pizzas
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Yeah.
I forgot what website.
WGN.
Is it WGN?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So hers didn't make it. Hers is not these.
Not these. It's on 55th
Never
and
had it.
Kedzie. Yeah, it's in the hood.
Yeah, because when you go get it, you might get shot because the neighborhood is in.
Is it worth a bullet though?
I don't know.
It's definitely worth the worth it. Let me tell you, I be going there and I'm like, all right, let me go in there real quick.
You know, sometimes
Yeah, it's
those
worth
hole in the wall places got the best food.
it. Yeah.
Got the best food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And if there's no violence, it's probably not that good.
There's no violence. It's not good.
Yeah, there's got to be violence.
There's a saying that says the beautiful views are after the hardest hikes.
Exactly.
So the best tasting pizza
It's where there's violence.
is where there's violence.
Yeah.
Okay. So my favorite place, please pay me because I love you guys, is Pequod's. Pequod's in Chicago.
Had Pequod's.
Ah,
Yeah.
so
Pequod's
you
is
had
good.
it.
Close
It's
second.
the greatest. It's the greatest in the world. The greatest in the
He's
world.
just trying to get Pequod's too. No.
We're gonna be eating at Pequod's soon.
Okay.
Oh, and
Have you
to
had
try-
it?
I've never tried it.
Oh, it's good.
I've never
That's good.
tried it. Yeah, I've never can't. I can't even say it's better than Nati's because I can't. I've never
is.
had it. So
you don't get shot going there.
I mean, and then if I try it, I might have to say that yes, Pequod's is better than Nati's because I'm a very honest person.
We're gonna go. There's a gentleman that was here before. He's actually our lawyer, Riz. He's a lawyer too, Flava, and he likes oven grinders. Have you ever been to oven grinders before?
Never heard of it.
No? So we're gonna go there. He has the hookup. I've been trying to get into oven grinders for a few years now, and every time I call, there's a
No
list and you can't get
Wow.
in. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he says he just walks in.
yeah, he's cool like
So
that.
he invited me and Liz to go. So we're like, we're just gonna all right, whenever
We're
ready
just gonna
for
walk
oven
in there
grinder.
too.
Okay.
No reservations.
Oven grinders. It's in Lincoln Park.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna have to try it.
Yeah, we definitely gotta try it. You got one?
I did. Oh, yeah, I do. Because of everything going on. Road trip or would you fly there?
Depends. That depends on where.
Yeah. Depends on the destination.
Let's say California.
Right now, I would fly only because I've only been to California once, so I don't want to waste the time getting there. I kind of want to get there and have
And
a chance to
explore.
explore. Mm-hmm.
And it's a really big state too.
Yes,
That's good.
We're in California.
it was Southern California. We did a podcast, Canna Talk 101, with Mr. CBD Chicago.
Yeah, you know it never rains there.
No, the weather there is so beautiful.
I know you're a little bit younger than me, but that's actually a song.
He was hoping you caught it.
Made me feel old. Made me feel old.
Can you sing it?
It never rains in Southern California. They tell me. No?
No.
No. Dang.
I know the Hotel California song.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I don't know how old that song
That's
is.
a rock
but-
song. Who sings that song?
In Hotel California.
I don't
Why am I doing this? I'm doing this
You're going along with it.
Is it Axl Rose? No, that's not Axl Rose.
That is actually a really good song. I love that song. Hotel
a vibe.
California. Yes, it's a gorgeous song.
Awesome. So anywhere in the world would you want to live other than Chicago? Where would you live?
Oh, Guatemala.
Back home.
Yeah.
Why Guatemala?
It's a beautiful country. I have family there. The food is amazing. The views are amazing. The community. I mean, you can walk around and people are good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's
I love that.
yeah.
I want to be able to explore that home side.
Yeah.
How often do you go to Guatemala?
Well, I haven't been there since pre-pandemic.
Okay.
So it's been a few years. But I have family out there, aunts, uncles, cousins. My dad just came back from there.
Did he love it?
Oh, yeah. One of my cousins got married, so
Okay, awesome.
big celebration.
Awesome. So, people got to know you now. They got to hear your this or dats. So now they're liking you even
Did I
better.
pass the test?
I think you did.
Okay. I'm not really a
Wait a
good test taker.
Well, she would say yeah, I would say no. Just because you said the socks. But then again, I'm a Yankee fan.
Yeah, he's not even in the Chicago.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I'm not in Chicago things. The only thing I'm in Chicago Bulls because I was here for the Dynasty era. But that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah,
Wow, man. I don't know what to
just
tell
suck.
you. No, well,
We
we gotta love them through the sucking. We gotta love them
that just
through the
sounds
bad.
wrong.
We gotta.
Unconditional love. We have to practice unconditional love.
Exactly.
That's love without conditions.
Yes.
You're a winner in my eyes.
Oh,
Yes. Amen. See.
when you're betting some money, no.
That's why you don't.
No.
Bet.
That's why you don't bet.
That's why you don't bet. You don't
It's
bet.
not very Christian, isn't it?
No, it's
not
not.
at all. No.
No. Reach out to your pastor. Tell on you.
he's a Bears fan too. We go at it all the time.
Oh, okay, good.
So, what do you do? Let the people know what you do.
I am a certified body sculptor and a certified master sound healer.
What does that mean?
Yes,
What does
please.
Body sculptor mean?
So body sculpting, I use either wood therapy, lymphatic drainage, fat cavitation, or radio frequency to sculpt the body into the shape that you would like.
What a what?
It's
Yep.
and it's.
I want a six pack, but I have a keg. You tell me, what do you use? Like a knife to get this guy off?
I use ultrasound frequencies and radio frequency. So ultrasound blasts fat cells, liquefies it, and then it's a non-invasive treatment, meaning I don't have to cut you open. It's not liposuction. It's
Hallelujah.
just ultrasound frequencies, and then your body eliminates it. So it processes it through the lymphatic system, then through your organs, and then it'll get eliminated through urine, bowels, when you sweat, all of your detox pathways.
So if you wanted to, let's say a person wanted to lose, they gained 5 pounds over the holidays, or 10 pounds. Let's say 10 pounds.
more like 15.
They will go.
That's impressive.
They will go to you and say, "Look, I got these 15 pounds that I want to
know where to
lose.
go."
Can you help that person?"
It depends. So I would probably recommend more of a wood therapy lymphatic drainage because the fluctuation of you're not retaining that, right? You went on vacation, you were wilding out and eating all you wanted to eat. And if you want to come with me to kind of just drain and process everything, then I would recommend a lymphatic drainage or wood therapy. The ultrasound and radio frequency I would recommend if this was the stubborn fat. So you're on a weight loss journey. So body sculpting isn't a weight loss treatment. It sculpts the body into the shape that you want. So when you're eating the right things, when you're doing the appropriate exercises, and you can't control where you lose that fat.
Yeah.
And that's how I came across body sculpting because I want to do it for myself. Because during the pandemic, I went through my whole transformational journey, lost a lot of weight, was eating the things and working out, but I was carrying stubborn fat in areas that I wanted to lose. And I tried cool sculpting.
Okay.
That didn't end up working out for me. There's actually a lawsuit out for cool sculpting. A supermodel was actually gaining fat in the area that she was trying to lose. So, but ultrasound blasts the fat cells. So I was able to target those specific areas that you can't go to the gym and be like, I'm focusing on losing fat here, right? So you would come to see me and be like, melt this fat right here. And then that's when I would target that area and focus on that.
So let's say the person has wings, right? The girls that
Yep.
got those wings, boy, oh,
Leave
they be
the
going.
wings out of
They
it.
be
Call them the
going.
chicken wings.
So what's the treatment? What if you were explaining to someone that doesn't know what that is, like me? What does that consist of? What do you do?
So I would combine because the wings, the volume is the fat, right? But then it's also the skin laxity, which is hanging. That's what's waving back at you when you're waving your arm. So I would do an ultrasound session to blast those fat cells, and then I would do radio frequency to tighten and lift that skin. And it's a series of treatments. It depends. I would have to see you for a consultation to see how much volume and how much skin
Viviana,
laxity.
we're not talking about me. We're not talking about me.
Okay.
I'm pretty good here.
Are you sure? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Well, you're wearing a sweater. I
I'm
can't
big
tell.
here, but I'm pretty good here. These are.
I mean,
these
you
is-
brought up
this
arms.
is the
I
gun
didn't know
show.
if this
This
was
is the
a
gun show
personal
right
question.
No, he probably go over to.
Okay. So if you're asking for the audience,
Yes,
if
for
you
the
were
audience.
interested in the bat wings,
Jesus
or the
Christ.
chicken wings, see me for a consultation, then I would be able to tell roughly about how many sessions that would take. Because on average, it's about 6 to 12 sessions that you would need to come in.
6 to 12 sessions. Awesome. And then where are you located?
Elgin.
Elgin. Where in Elgin?
Right off of Randall Road and Royal Boulevard. It's really close to 90 in Randall.
Okay. So it's easier from the city. It's easier to get there.
Yeah, we're right off of the expressway. So straight shot.
Easy
90
access,
west.
you guys. Easy access.
So what else do you do?
I'm also a certified master sound healer, which I got into from body sculpting because a lot of my clients were looking for weight loss. And I wanted to be able to help them. I'm naturally a helper. You know, my friends, my family will tell you I'm the friend that will listen to your problems and try to find the solution with you, or even just to be a listening ear or whatever you need me to be.
You're that
So,
friend.
and I'm one of those people. I love research and I love to like dig and solve problems. So when my clients were coming in for weight loss, I wanted to figure out how I could help them. And similarly, I went through something as well through the pandemic. I went through a physical transformation of just wanting to lose weight, and everything was pure aesthetics.
Yeah.
But something I relate with you, Liz, is that there was a lot of healing that had to happen during that process. And yours was journaling, mine was meditation and crystals.
I love it.
And I wanted to be able to help clients in that, and I decided, or I actually came across sound healing and to be certified. So I signed up for that, and there's weight loss protocols for sound healing, and I was able to incorporate that. But sound healing is just such a broad spectrum because it does involve the physical, the mental, the emotional. So there's protocols for anything you can think of. There's protocols for acne, for depression, for ADHD, for weight loss, for autism. You know, the list never ends because it's all connected. Everything runs with frequency and vibration.
Amen. Amen.
So I could listen to something and not work out?
You could listen to something that will help with, because, oh man, I've just learned so much. I've learned so much, even though just being certified in September through practice and through experience.
Well, those are the people, we want you people, because you guys just got the information. There's people that have been doing this for a while, right? And they're stuck with what they've learned back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're learning something new with the stuff back then as well.
And it's never ending. There's
Right.
always new discoveries. And there's some that have been discovered and just fell on deaf ears.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that are just being recovered off of things that have been discovered. So it's a whole hodgepodge of amazing information. But yes, in a nutshell, because like I said, with weight loss, it is more than just physical. A lot of it is our bodies are amazing things, and they harness and hold on, and they do that to protect us. So when we go through things like childhood trauma, when we go through things like that, our body naturally wants to protect that and hold on to that. And we use that to survive, right? Triggers come up for a reason because our body is holding on to that experience. And don't forget what happened last time. But then it gets to a point where we got through the survival mode, and now we have to transition to thrive. But in order to get into thrive, you have to let it go, and you have to surrender what your body was built to hold on to protect you.
Yeah. And the sound waves, sound healing, I think that and correct me if I'm wrong, but the sounds kind of help you center yourself to that, right? Like,
so
to
we
be
all have
present.
different, I don't know if you've heard of chakras.
Yes.
Or energy centers. So they involve, each individual chakra is involved with a whole list of things, and it's physical, mental, emotional. So when there is a congestion in that energy center, that's where it can surface into your daily life, like stress, anxiety, holding on to weight.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it's actually a phenomenon that our emotions physically manifest. So you do need to be conscious and aware of those daily emotions. So are you the type of person that wakes up and is like, today's a good day to have a good day? Yeah. Or are you the type of person to wake up and, I gotta take a shower, I gotta get to work, today's not gonna be a good day. And when you're consistently in the same emotion, then those negative emotions can physically manifest in the body. But then the opposite happens when you have those positive emotions can actually heal you. So when you're sitting there listening to positive frequencies, positive vibrations, that is healing you from the inside out on an energetic cellular level.
So you starting this off, starting new at this, have you seen people's results right away, or
Oh my
or
gosh.
you just seen those results like slowly.
I have so many favorite stories just because.
Give us one.
Yeah, give us one of your favorites.
Okay, one of my favorite stories was a client due to HIPAA. I can't give away names or that kind of information, but it was almost like on a whim because not a lot of people are familiar with sound healing. And I was seeing him for something else in the spa and just started talking about, sound healing. And he was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And we did one session together. He came back next week and said, I have been sitting on this book I wanted to write for years. Wow. He said, one sound healing session from you, I wrote the book. It was like data download, data dump. And then he's like, can I send it to you to read it? And his story is amazing. I'm sure he's going to come. I mean, the people that he's lived lives with and the story that he has to tell is a story that needs to be told. And it was just one of those very exciting moments. Yeah. I do get instant responses during a sound healing session as well. You can expect anything in a sound healing session. It could be physical, it could be vibrations, it could be tingling. I've seen people twitch. Yeah. I've seen people just lift their hand up in the air. Yeah. And that's just your body is releasing that pent-up energy. Yeah. I've also seen emotional releases. I have clients at the end of a session that tears are just pouring out of there, and they don't know why. Yeah. They don't know, and it's not that they're sad, but it is emotional tears that are coming out that our body has been holding on and harnessing. What I love about a sound healing session is that it takes this out of the equation. Mm-hmm. It shuts the mind down so that the body can speak. The body has a place to communicate back to you. And so easily, because we're on the grind and we're working and we're distracted and we're thinking about everything else but our bodies. Yes. I mean, even something down to what we eat every day. Do we meal prep and plan to fuel our bodies, or do we just grab something that's convenient and on the way? Mm-hmm. And like I said, everything is all about consistency. Mm-hmm. So if you're consistently making those decisions over a long period of time, what is the outcome of that?
Yeah. That is very true. And I love that you mentioned the meal prep stuff because in my process of healing, that's like one of the last things that I think about because growing up, it's just the quickest, whatever you have access to. And I try to go like with salads or like fruit. But then you think about that's not nutritional enough. You need other things to fully charge your body. And Hispanic Latino households, if we're not sitting down having a plate of arroz, frijoles, carnes, like meats and tortillas, it's not you don't consider having yourself a meal. Right. And then if you sit down and you have a salad, that's not going to be enough. Mm-hmm. So it's like just finding that middle ground of what is healthy. And meal prep is so important. And we just take that so lightly.
And it's all about intention, too. Yeah. Even while we're eating, are we eating on the go? Are we eating within the confines of our 30-minute lunch break and shoveling food in? Food wasn't meant to be shoveled into our bodies. Food was supposed to be a moment, an experience. You pray before you eat because you want to channel that frequency of gratitude. Yeah. You want to be and I don't know if you guys know this, but I recently learned that our bodies digest in a rested state. So when you're in fight or flight and you're busy and you're on the go and you're shoveling food in your mouth, you're not even giving your body that energy to rest and digest.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Mm-hmm. Wow. It's really important. Very powerful.
Yes.
Awesome. And we'll be right back. What's up, it's your boy Los LOS from the Flava Podcast, and we are having an 8-week course right here at the Flava Podcast studio, and you're invited. What you gonna get for that? So what you'll learn each week. Week 1, intro, podcasting. What's your why? Week 2, equipment and studio setup. Keep it professional. Week 3, content planning, building engaging episodes. Week 4, recording techniques. Be clear and be confident. Week 5, editing basics, turning raw audio into gold. Week 6, hosting and interviewing skills, mastering your mic. Week 7, distributing your podcast, platforms, and promotion. Week 8, launch your strategy, grow your audience, and monetize. For the first 10 students, you only pay $297. After the 10, the price goes up to $397. So be one of the first 10 to sign up now. So, I can't wait to see you here at the Flava Podcast studio. Sign up now.
And we are back, you guys. We are back with Viviana Menendez. And Viviana, you gotta play that intro song because
Oh my gosh, really?
okay,
Seriously?
just a little bit, just so they know that you know
So
you got flavor.
My
This
intro
is
song?
a new thing she's gonna be doing at her spa.
Oh my God.
We
when
have
you
to.
come and see her, there's gonna be some smoke that comes from the back.
Family is going to be on the floor laughing.
I bet they would.
There's gonna be some smoke. We're gonna turn on the big fan,
Listen,
and Viviana comes out.
the dress. I can picture it. That is a perfect intro song.
And fade out.
That is a great
Thanks,
intro
puppy.
song. Oh, man. They really did it with your name. I love it.
So Viviana, let's touch base on what to expect when they go to your spa.
So for a sound healing session, yes, as I touched on the physical responses, the emotional release.
Yes.
There's also visuals that are involved. I've had clients during a session, they'll see something as little as just colors and orbs. I've
okay.
also had clients go into full-blown dream-like states
Wow.
where childhood memories resurface. I had a client who experienced a car crash, and he was seeing me for migraines and headaches.
Okay.
And the concussion from the car accident resurfaced
Huh.
during the session. So that's just a testament to the example of what our
Yeah.
body is harnessing
Yeah.
and what's coming to surface, because it needs to come to surface before it gets released, right?
Yes.
And sometimes it's dreamlike states where they go to places they don't even know what it is. It's not even Earth, you know. So I don't have an answer for that. My research still continues on what that means, but very interesting visuals that you can get responses to. Now, with sound healing, I say it with all my clients, not every sound healing session is the same, and that's including that individual person.
Okay.
So you can come in for one session, have an emotional release, come in
Yeah.
for the second one, and it may be more physical.
Okay. So every session could be a little different.
Could be a little different. Now, I do also like to mention that there may be uncomfortable moments during a sound healing session.
Like what?
Could be physical, like heaviness in the chest, almost hard to breathe.
like an anxiety attack.
Could be a headache being so I get very common for clients that see me for headaches, they experience that headache. The best way I can explain it is sometimes you need to breathe through that pain to get to the other side to healing. So as I explained before, it's our body harnessing these energies that are physical manifestations. So during a sound healing session, it's bringing it to surface.
So that's
and
why you
then
have to feel
we
it.
can finally release it.
Yeah, that's why they feel the headache or they feel whatever it is that their body was holding on to. They feel it again.
Yes.
Wow, that's really powerful.
So this is not just a one-time thing.
No, it's not. I during a consultation, I will recommend off the cuff, if you've never done sound healing before, that you see me for four sessions consecutively 1 week apart, because I'm not sure what's going to surface during that first session. And when you experience what you experience on the table, that doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't really experience anything, because you do the energetic alignment, right? And then you go out into the world, right? You go back home. You go and interact with your, significant other or your children, or you go to work and go into those stressors. And when you're in an energetic alignment, a lot of things come to surface mentally as well, mental clarity, things like that. And there may be some instances and situations where you're like, oh my gosh, I just had a different perspective on this situation. I had a client who was going through a divorce at the time, and she had saw me for a sound healing session, and there were just a lot of mental clarity with the relationship, not only what he was incorporating into that relationship, but her accountability as well.
Yeah.
So it does bring mental clarity and things like that to surface during a session. So I like to go through those. When I explain it like this: you come in for the first session, and it's a unique sensation. You're not used to it, so there is still a little bit of not so much openness, right? You're more of in an observation state. When you come in for the second one, you're more familiar with it, so you are a little bit more open to receive and to let go.
Ease.
And then by the time you come in for the third, you're a professional. You're like, this is my intention. This is what I'm here to do. This is what I'm, anticipating. And then usually by that fourth session, I like to call it the hum, because I also get feedback during these sound healing sessions too. By the strike of the fork, I can tell what energy is congested or not. So sometimes I may spend a little bit more time in that area to kind of clear things up. So by the fourth time, usually I get the beautiful hum of every single fork, and it just vibrates beautifully. But like how we had talked about, where sometimes healing isn't a one and done, sometimes maybe a new trauma surfaces, or maybe you're going through something at work and you need to see me continuously. So everybody's healing journey is different. So it all gets reassessed every time you come to see me.
I'm going to ask you, what got you into this?
Sound healing?
Yes, of course. It's not something you hear all the time.
It's not, but it's everywhere. It's one of those cliches of like sound healing found me, because it is.
Yeah.
I healed personally through my journey of frequency, and it wasn't sound healing, it was crystal therapy. And it's so funny. My grandma's no longer with us, but she was a very spiritual woman, and she had her spirit guides. And her spirit guides would talk to her. And I remember one of my last conversations I had with her before she had passed away, because I went through different phases and obsessions. I went through the tea phase and obsession, essential oils. I've always just loved to learn, and I was just always hungry for learning things, especially when it came to the body, right? To be superhuman, right? Like Batman. And one of the last things she told me was, you're going to get into crystals. And my knee-jerk reaction was like, they're just rocks. Like, that's so boring. Like, I can't make recipes with rocks. I can't do anything. They're just there. Yeah. And it probably took 6 years for me to, and it was during the pandemic when I was going through my transformational journey, and I was getting into yoga philosophy. Okay. And the philosophy of yoga I just thought was just a beautiful message, and it connected with me. And then I came across crystal therapy, and it was just like, Grandma, like, are you watching? And I remember I bought my first 3 crystals, and it completely changed my life. Wow. The meditations were amplified by the crystal energy, and it was one of those things I had to experience for myself to realize just how real it was. And I wanted to incorporate that. And I do use crystals in my therapies as well, depending on what you're seeing me for. Because there's different crystals that are associated with different chakras as well. And that's kind of how I figure out. You tell me what you're coming in here for. I can kind of figure what energy centers are congested. We can open those up for you and, help you along with your healing journey. So sound healing and crystal therapy is something that I use with my clients now.
Okay, awesome. Before we get into that, I want to know who you were when you were, let's say 12 years old. Who was Viviana?
Oh, my gosh. What was I?
And that's usually like 6th grade.
I'm trying to think. Like my math, I'm a body sculptor. I don't do math. So 12. I'm going to be honest. My parents divorced when I was in 3rd grade. I had my close friend, my one good friend. I was a dancer. I did ballet and tap and jazz and musical theater, and I was a performer. And a big part of helping me through the separation of my parents was dance. And it's kind of a full circle moment thinking about it now, right? Because that's probably why you asked that question. You're a smart guy. Yeah. So, when it comes to dancing is an art, right? And one of the things that, when we had talked about earlier, I healed myself so I can heal others. I'm healing others, and now I want to build a community, right? And I want to be able to touch people on a grander spectrum. And we're working on, with Paloma, I believe you did a podcast with her before, and we're working on the Goddess Fest. And we want to be able to incorporate things like dance and art and journaling and things like that. And thank you for building that connection for me as the 12-year-old Viviana that loved to dance and is now going to be able to make a stage for
Gonna
everyone else
dance
to do
again.
it. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So Viviana, what was your favorite dance? Your hip hop? Were you ballet like you said? Was it tap
My
dance?
favorite dance. You know what's funny is that when I become obsessed with something, I'm obsessed. So not only did I do classes, but I was also the teacher's helper for the little kids, and I loved it all. I just had to be a part of it. If something was happening there, I had to be a part of it. And just like music, so I consider myself a sensitive in, like, when you listen to my playlist, you can ask Eric. It could go from hip hop to classical to Disney and the way I love what music does to people is it does bring out different emotions and it taps into different parts of me. So that's why I don't like this or that questions, because it's like, are you asking me on a Monday or a Wednesday? Because my answer changes. We are all ever changing beings and creatures. Right. Maybe
you
like
never know.
next week.
Yeah.
No.
We might bring that next time.
Right.
He might be the Uber driver.
Exactly right. But yeah, to answer your question, when it came to dance, it was each individual dance, whether it was ballet brought the softer side of me, and acrobatics brought that limber go-getter side of me, and tap was that percussion and that like jazziness in me. So it was, I loved it all for all that it brought to the table individually.
Awesome. So that was 12 years old. Mm-hmm. Let's push you to 17, 18 years old. Who were you?
Okay. 17, 18.
Junior, senior.
So I was still so that was when I transitioned from dancing, ballet, tap, jazz, musical theater. I had found Latin dancing.
Let's go.
So I had joined a group, and let me tell you, to go from ballet, when you are your own person, right, to having to dance with someone else.
Oh.
I was horrible
At
at
one
it
or two.
at first.
Goodness.
I had to listen to someone else. Like, I had to let a guy guide me.
You had to let somebody lead you.
So I had to let my like independence down because you know, I was so used to
worst.
but it was one of those things. I loved it, and I got obsessed. So I joined a dance group, and I wanted to get better and better and better at it. And then I ended up falling in love with being able to communicate with somebody through dance.
Yes.
There's this magical moment when you're dancing with someone where they guide you at first, but it almost flows into a point where you're just together and ever moving. And it's a beautiful language that happens. And it's just your body's talking. It's not your mouth. Yeah. And I thought that was a beautiful, euphoric experience. So from 18 to 21, and that was my golden birthday, July 21st, when I turned 21, I was like, I want to go to a Latin club and I want to go dancing. And that was the best birthday ever. I danced until the lights came up.
You remember what club you went to?
Latin Bliss.
Latin Bliss. Okay,
Hey.
okay.
Wow.
What street is that? Elston? No, is it?
No.
No. It's on the north side.
Lincoln.
It's on the north
North
side.
side for sure.
Lincoln.
I think it is Lincoln.
Yeah.
You're right. Lincoln.
I think it's like 5515 Lincoln Avenue. That's how I was. When, I told you, when I get obsessed with something, I was there every Friday night. Me and the DJ, we were like, hey, let me
I love that.
Yeah, DJ Play, if he's still there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's my guy.
Stop.
I said earlier, I was in the music business for 24 years, so I know most of the DJs here in Chicago, most of the comedians, most of the
DJ Play,
Yeah,
tell him I
yeah.
said hi. He'll remember me.
Well.
Remember, like the girl that would come to Latin Bliss, and you would come down, and we would dance it out.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, you'll
Oh
have to
my
reconnect
God.
us.
There
Oh
you
my
go. There you go.
gosh, yeah.
Well, I'm
That's
gonna say
so
he might be here,
cool.
but I'm not sure if he's gonna be here because we had DJ right when you were sitting down, sitting there. I can't even speak. We had DJ Bear Who last night, and I know you don't.
Bear.
You know
Bear.
Bear?
He was security at Bliss, right?
No.
There was a guy we called Bear
not
at
that
Bliss.
Bear. Yeah.
Oh, but you know that
This is an
Bear.
international DJ.
Oh, okay.
Here from Chicago. He was sitting there, and he knows all the DJs here in Chicago.
Okay.
He was raised here.
Do all the
And
DJs know all the
He
DJs?
mentioned Play yesterday.
Probably a small
Was that?
world.
Do all the DJs know each other?
Pretty much in Chicago.
Huh.
Yeah, 'cause they're usually mixing
Yeah.
with each other. They're playing with each other.
I have noticed that
Different
DJs
clubs.
are very
Yeah.
like knit tight.
Pretty much. They should have a union.
Yeah, you guys should have a
Yeah.
union, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So that was 21. All the way from 21. Now, I don't know how old you are, and I'm not asking.
You can ask him 37.
37. Okay, good. 30 years old.
You look good.
Who's Vivian at 30 years old? She went to Latin Blitz dancing. This is this girl that's vibrant, that done tap dancing and all this stuff. And who are you?
At 30. So this was 7 years ago. So this was pre-pan.
Yeah, pre-pan.
I was stuck in the matrix, Carlos. I was working my 9 to 5. I was waking up, going to work, coming home, doing the same thing the next day and the next day. And then it was the pandemic. It was the shutdown that I lived alone with my 2 dogs. And that home was my little cocoon. Yeah. And I had no one's company but my own. And I got to a point where it's weird to say, but I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. And circling back to my meditation and my crystals, one of the biggest emotional healing awakenings that I experienced was, and it was during a meditation with my amethyst crystal. And I still remember it vividly. I'm walking along this path through this botanical garden, and I'm sitting on this fountain with running water. And I was able to look at my reflection through running water because that was easier for me to do that than to look at a mirror and see myself. And I sat there in my meditative state. And the first thing when I locked eyes with myself that I could say to myself was, I forgive you. I forgive you. And that moment was something that changed my life. That was that moment. And I realized I had to forgive myself for all of the past, right? When we're going down this healing journey and we know things that happen in our childhood and the things that we go through, and we end up getting to a point where we come up with excuses for other people, right? Yeah. And we accept. And then you just get to a point where you can't even look at yourself in the mirror anymore because what's left? Yeah. And that was that foundation break and slowly building myself up brick by brick.
Good stuff. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Got me a little teared up. That's really powerful.
It was.
So,
and I want to be able to incorporate that specific meditation in my future sound baths, because I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm just liven this up a little bit. So earlier we were talking about were you a Chicagoan or suburbanite? But
Can I be a shy bourbonite?
No.
Shy bourbonite.
We don't allow it. So, but you did live in the city for a little bit.
Yeah, it was an apartment off of Lawrence and Kimball. It was 7411 North Monticello. Mm-hmm. It's funny how I remember these things in my childhood, but don't ask me what I ordered for dinner last night. But those addresses. But yeah, like we played in the block. Like we played on the block. We played in the street. My abuela used to walk us to the park. We would play in the park. Maybe you'd hear a gunshot. I don't know. And then you come back home.
Maybe it was a gunshot. Maybe it was a firecracker. We don't know.
Who knows, right? You know, but.
So you said we. So you have brothers and sisters.
Yes.
How many brothers? How many sisters?
Well, I grew up with my brother Frankie in the city.
Shout out to Frankie.
Hey, Frankie.
But he passed away
Frankie
2 years ago. But in spirit, he's here.
Amen.
Yes.
He's here in spirit. He passed away 2 years ago. 1 year. It was 1 year in. Is it already 2 years? My gosh, time. So 2 years October. And then when we moved to the suburbs, that was third grade. So I was still little Vivi. And parents divorced. My dad had a son, Jack. He's in college right now. And then my mom had Max, who, we're 10 years apart. So he's 26. He's got two kitties, Adriana and Max Jr.
So
and then Frankie left
auntie.
behind Frankie Jr. So I'm an aunt to 2 awesome nephews and a beautiful niece.
That.
Were you tight with your brother?
Oh, yeah. Especially, I mean, we were both, both our parents separated. And, we were those that close-knit siblings that we leaned in on each other a lot.
So you have one full blood brother.
Yeah.
that. I have one full blood brother too.
Yeah.
It's like that. And so I immediately thought about that. I'm like, oh, I have one full blood brother too, because my parents split up. So I have that one brother, and he was 2 years younger than you. You said?
So Frankie was 3 years younger than me.
Okay.
So yeah, it was 2 years because he passed away at 32. So he would have been 34. Yeah.
Can you tell us a good memory with Frankie that you think about all?
Oh my gosh, so many. There's so many. I mean, there's one. It was when we were living in the city, and back in the day, as a kid, you had to have the little car. I had the Barbie car.
Okay.
The pink convertible.
You talking about the motorized one?
You like
wait, you're literally on it?
my hot pink Barbie car. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we were the family of hand-me-downs, right?
Okay.
So my dad painted it black and called it the Batmobile.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
And gave it to my brother Frankie.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Wait, did Frankie love it? Did he love it?
You know what? I don't probably.
He
I don't
probably
remember.
Or
We were
did-
kids. You
or
know how?
did he know?
How do you even
Did
really
he
know?
know?
He's like, Wiki. Hey, this
No,
is
after it rained and stuff, it started chipping, so you could see the pink paint underneath it.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That's so cute. That's
Great
such a cute
memory.
memory.
Yeah.
Great memory. So you have these things in front of you.
Yes, I
You know
brought
what?
toys to play with.
Let me take that back. We're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
So there's a person here with us today.
Yeah.
How did you meet him? And
Should we
what
tell
is-
the truth?
And what
Or
is his name? Tell the truth, okay. What-
Snapchat.
Ain't no shame in that. Ain't no shame.
No,
girl.
no, nowadays-
shame. No
nowadays
shame. I
you-
met my son's dad on MySpace, so
Right. There you go.
no shame.
I
Right.
met a few girls on Christian Bingo.
See,
They were not very Christian-y.
They never are.
They weren't. So I'm
a
like,
Christian
what is going
app
on?
does not
happening
sound very
here?
Christian. I don't know. It's just,
But you met him, I believe, 4 years ago now?
We've been together for 4 years, but yeah, we met. Yeah, 4 years.
How did that go? Tell us your first date with this gentleman across from us.
I got lost. I went to the wrong restaurant, which explains my personality to a T.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I went to the wrong restaurant, so he just met me
at the wrong
there.
restaurant.
Yeah,
He met you at the wrong restaurant.
yeah.
I love that.
And then I don't know, like the conversation went well. We ate really good food, and then I had plans to go to the Forge out in Niles, where you do like rock climbing and zip lining and stuff. And I'm an adventurous person, so that was like the first test where it was just like, hey, you want to go zip lining and mountain climbing with me? And he's like, yeah, sure, why not?
I love that.
So yeah,
That's how you kind of knew. Okay, I want to keep
like
pursuing
let's
this.
keep you around here.
You're a smart girl. You know how to. You knew how to.
I knew what
how
I
to-
wanted,
you knew.
especially after a healing journey that I went through. I
Yes.
was very aware of who I was, what my value was,
And
what
that
I
is
brought
so
to the
important.
table, and what I wanted in a relationship. And I was very vocal about it in the beginning.
So how did he
He
capture
ticked
your
all the
heart? 'Cause you
boxes.
guys were together for 4 years. How did this handsome lad across from me, how did he capture your heart?
He provided something in my life that I've never experienced before, and that was security and stability. He takes care of me like nobody ever has.
That is so important to have,
It is.
especially in that transition of healing.
Yeah. He was my safe space, because they don't talk about this either when you do your own self-healing journey, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of my baggage came from past relationships, and you don't really just leave it at the door when you hop into another one, right? So
Comes with you.
he just makes a safe space for me to be able to be vocal about my triggers and to be able to communicate, hey, this doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
And to have someone that cares enough to be like, all right, it's done. I won't do it anymore. And it's so weird to say, but I wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
I was used to having to fit into whatever relationship that I could fit, and I had to stay quiet and just take and try to compensate. And for once, I feel like I'm whole, and I'm with someone else who's whole,
Yeah.
and we're whole together,
Yeah.
and we figure it out
Together.
together.
And you don't feel like you're being smashed down and putting
No.
you're making you feel like you're in a jar.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And you could tell by the way that you look at him and the way that he looks at you. And
he bought my first body sculpting equipment. And I told him I wanted to go get certified. He's like, all right, well, let's get the machines. Let's do it.
so he just it pushes you, motivates you.
Yeah,
I
like the
love
best
that.
support system ever.
Awesome. Eric, you owe me $100. So what do we have in front of us right now, Viviana?
Yes, let's talk about my tuning forks. So these are weighted tuning forks. Are you familiar with brainwaves?
No.
Okay, yay. All right, let me explain
It's
it
a
to you.
happy thing for her. Okay.
So these are specific tuning forks that will help your brain reach to a certain brainwave.
Okay.
So have you heard of binaural beats?
No.
Okay, great. So I get so excited talking about this. So binaural beats is a phenomenon that happens when you have one frequency coming in one ear and a different frequency coming into the next.
Okay.
What a binaural beat is a phantom beat that your brain creates on its own. So it creates its own frequency, which is the difference between the two.
Okay.
So what these tuning forks are, I have my Fundition fork, and then I have my different brain waves. So when I strike both forks, I'll have one fork on one side and one fork on the other, and then your brain is going to create beta, alpha, delta, and theta.
Okay.
And I'm going to break it down for you.
Thank you.
So delta is what happens when you're in a deep sleep, the deep sleep, like 3 to 4 hours into the night sleep. Then you have your theta, which is what happens when you're in a meditative state, which usually takes a while to you sit down, you do your breath work. I can do it as quick as the strike of a fork. So there's theta and alpha. We kind of teeter-totter between theta and alpha. And alpha, let me ask you, what do you think alpha is?
I just think about military when I hear about alpha.
So alpha is
Leader.
hyper-focused but calm.
Okay.
So think of a lion before he's about to pounce on his prey.
Got it.
He's very quiet, he's very calm, but focused. And then you have your beta. Beta is what we don't have a problem getting into beta. That's our fight or flight, that's our go-getter, that's our get up and go. So it's typically the theta, delta, and alpha that people have difficulties getting into.
I use that in my head. So your alpha is your king, and your beta is your queen when you're playing chess. So I did that in my head. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I like that, though. I always love analogies and metaphors, too. So can we play? Am I allowed to play with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Be careful with that camera when you
I'm going to
pull
take
back.
my headphones off. And then I'm going to strike each fork. And then I want you to, while I do it, you're just going to close your eyes and then just be open to how your body responds to it.
Okay. So my camera's going to be on me.
Yes.
And she's going to come around me, and we'll be on camera.
I'm not going to tell you which fork I'm using, so no cheating.
I have no idea. They all look the same to me.
All right, we're going to try this one first. All right, close your eyes.
I'm closing my eyes.
Deep breath in. And long extended exhale. Did you feel anything?
Felt kind of weird.
Like, ugh.
Not like, just like, what's going on?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like
Do you want me
something's going on, but I don't know what's going on.
to- Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what they are as I do them or at the end?
At the end.
Okay. All right. Let's do this one. How did that feel?
That one felt more, I was more at ease. I don't know if that was because I heard the first one. But the first one, I'm holding my pen and I'm like losing my,
Grip?
yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was weird. I'm like, where's my hand doing that?
Okay.
Because I was holding onto the pen.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So that was fork 1, fork 2. This is fork 3.
Mm-hmm. like a wave.
Wave?
Yeah. It was like, or a wave coming in and out like this, or a wave.
Okay.
And I felt it up here.
Felt it by your
I'm
eyeballs.
smiling too much. What's going on?
Like a chicken.
Darn it!
Oh, no.
Darn it!
Now
Here's
we can
my
do whatever
money.
you want.
All right, so we're gonna do the last fork, right?
Okay.
Four. How'd that one feel?
I don't know. I can't put it. I can't.
Do you want to feel it again?
Yeah, I can't put.
Let's
I
feel it
can't
again.
put something to it. I know it's making my eyes flicker. Towards the end, it's relaxing me.
Okay. All right. Are you ready to hear? Do you want to guess
I
which
have-
one was which?
I have no idea. No, I don't want to guess. No.
Okay. All right. So you had the first one that was beta.
Okay.
So beta is that because we're already so much into our fight or flight. Feeling beta, your body's like, I already feel this enough. Like and that could explain the losing of the grip in the pen.
Yeah.
It could be overreacting to the body, right? Or overwhelming, right? Alpha was the second one.
Okay.
No. Yeah, alpha was the second one. What did you say about the second one again?
It was more. I was more at ease.
Yep, so that's that calm and that focus. So if you're studying for a test or if you're trying to focus on something, you can YouTube binaural beats alpha. And that's going to help you tap into that calm focus, being able to tap into that. Then the third one, the wave, that was delta. So delta is that deep sleep. And it feels like a big wave because I'm telling you, go to sleep. And your body's like, well, no, I'm here doing a podcast. Like, what do you want me to go to sleep for? You know?
so cool.
But if you're laying down on a table,
I'm knock out.
you're gonna knock out. Yeah. So I preserve my deltas for those clients that are extremely hard to focus, very sensitive to sound, to any type of distractions. I'll hit them with that delta, put them to sleep, and it's not that the tuning forks would necessarily not work if you're not in a meditative state, because your body is feeling those vibrations, whether you're acknowledging them or not. But I want to build a nice experience for you, because at the end of the day, if all you get out of it is a relaxing 15 to 30 minutes where you aren't distracted or overwhelmed and you can have nice me time,
Right.
Yeah.
then I can do that for you.
Awesome.
And the last one was theta. So theta is that meditative, that relax state that we strive to hit when we're trying to meditate,
Right. Awesome. Awesome. I see myself doing that.
right?
Yeah. Just as long as I later on I'm not just swearing I don't know where.
Whoa,
I'm in church, man. What happened to me?
you're releasing.
Right. Releasing all those things.
Right?
I don't believe you. No. That's awesome. That's awesome. So the other things you do with the body is sculpting. You said you're using wood? You mentioned wood.
Oh, yeah. So wood therapy is a therapy that's been around for thousands of years. I mean, it stimulates the lymphatic system, which our lymphatic system is our sewage system. So it filters all the toxins that are in our body and grabs them and eliminates them. So the wood therapy just helps stimulate the lymphatic system and helps things to move and
What
filter.
does that look like? Wood therapy. What does that look like? You have a piece of wood or something, and you do
There's
what?
different tools that do different things. So you have, they're almost like the baking rolling pin looking ones.
Is that the thing bodybuilders use sometimes to get the abs to show? They rub it real hard.
Sometimes you can, I mean, it does sculpt the body. So it debloats it and it gets, because a lot of times when we think about our abdomen and trying to lose inches, sometimes it's not fat. Sometimes it is just lymph fluid buildup.
Yeah.
You know, all of our organs are housed in here. With women, our womb is in here.
Yeah.
So a lot of it could just be fluid that is just stagnant, because the lymphatic system, so we have our circulatory system, which has a pump, our heart, right? Our lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. It only moves if we move.
Word.
So if we live a sedentary lifestyle, if we're sitting in a chair all day, or if we're sitting on the couch, or if we're at the office and we're not stretching, we're not moving, then wherever that lymph is, pockets and just sits there. So if it's supposed to filter our toxins, then you're talking about just toxins and fluids sitting in parts of the body.
They're not going anywhere.
Should be going to the forge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do some zip lining or something.
Yeah, rock climbing, zip lining.
climbing.
Or a simple lymphatic waiver plate. I recommend all my clients to get one. I think you can get it for like $60 on Amazon.
What again?
A lymphatic waiver plate.
What does it do?
Explain.
It's a plate. You plug it in the wall, and you can do different settings on it, and it vibrates. So you just stand on it, and it vibrates, and you can do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It should be as common as brushing your teeth every morning, is standing on a lymphatic waiver plate, because it helps with blood flow, circulation, lymphatic. I think everybody should have one.
I never knew that. I wish I would have known sooner. Probably would have tried it. I have a friend who does the wood therapy, and she's like, "Come on, let me do it on you." I'm like, because I don't know why. I always had the idea that, when women get the liposuction. Yeah. So I always thought that that's what those treatments were for, like the wood therapy, and then there's something else. And I'm like, I didn't get surgery. I don't know. But that's a common misconception, apparently.
Sure. I mean, I do get clients that will get the liposuction, and it's excellent for surgery because there's a lot of swelling, there's a lot of inflammation. So I do get clients that I see post-surgery to help with the lymphatic drainage. But it's excellent to just be able to go see your friend. And see,
I definitely will.
You will.
I'm
it's
coming
another
there.
consistent. It's another consistency thing. So see her for at least 3 to 4 times.
Okay.
Take photos.
Okay.
Take progression photos. You will see a difference. You'll feel a difference. Your metabolism will get better.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
everybody
gonna
should do
it.
wood therapy.
Viviana, I'm glad you came down and
Thank
did
you so
all
much
this.
for
Is
having
something
me.
different for me, and I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dope.
Yes.
Any more questions for her?
What did you think of the blood moon?
Oh, so
that
yes,
thing. Oh,
I've been
my
waiting to
God.
talk about this. So, girl. Well, not only did we go through the full moon and eclipse, but we're also in Venus retrograde right now.
I know.
And people are feeling it. People
heard.
are feeling it.
Yes.
So
See, look at their faces.
I know
They
they're
don't
like,
know.
"Man, we need to have our own little sidebar talk about that. But my full moon ritual, like hands down salt bath, hands down cleansing and recharging my crystals.
Yes.
It's the full. Are you into this conversation? Because I could talk to you all day about this full moon.
Go ahead.
But it's essentially the end of a cycle, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people purge, especially emotionally during this time. You'll have people that are like, I'm crying and I don't know why. Or this person's saying something and it's just striking me the wrong way. And it's the combination of the full moon plus Venus retrograde. Venus is love and relationships.
So would this help me out with my wife when she's in the mood?
You'll understand.
Or any mood?
Yes.
So when she
You'll
wakes up and she's
understand.
just like, everything you say is wrong. And you're like, well, we're in Venus retrograde, babe. Let's talk in April.
Yes.
You
She
know,
look at me
so-
like, come over here. Pop, what are you talking about?
who's Venus?
Right. You big dummy.
No, it is so crazy because I honestly, before I started my healing journey, my healing process, before I even hit that road, and I did not know any about the moons, and I didn't really pay attention. Like Elo says, I'm a big moon lover. I did not become obsessed with the moon until like 2023, I would say almost 2 years ago. That's when like my full healing awakening started. But now I'm just like obsessed with the moon and I can't explain it. But 2 weeks before all of this, like I just felt so much emotion. Like it was anger, sadness. It was just so much. And I did not understand where it was coming from. And that's kind of, a little bit into why I didn't come to a few podcasts, because it was just so much and I wasn't understanding. And then I did a little research, and then I found about Venus retrograde and I'm like, it all
So
makes
to
sense.
further explain this from a sound healer's perspective is our planets emit frequencies as
Yes,
well.
they do.
But us humans don't have the capacity to hear it,
Hear it.
but we can
But we
feel
feel
it.
it. Yes, and boy, was I feeling it.
Everybody feels it. Even when, so I know I didn't mention this, but straight out of high school, I wanted to be a nurse. So I actually went for my CNA certification. I knew when I was a little girl, I wanted to be in the field of healing and helping.
Look at that.
Right? And as a child, I'm like nurse. Like that's what you think of, because they weren't talking about sound healing and yoga philosophy when I was a kid. But they even taught us as a CNA that in hospice centers and the patients act different during full moons. It was a thing. It was a thing in the text where it's like there's full moon stuff that happens with clients, and they're sleepwalking, they're saying stuff, they're doing weird stuff. So you can't deny its existence.
No, you cannot. And especially when the planets aligned, that whole alignment. Girl, I was going crazy. I was telling my husband, I'm like, am I losing it? Am I losing it? Because I was telling him things that hadn't happened, and then they happened. I go into his dreams, like literally go into his dreams, and I look at me crazy. But
Liz, we need to have a conversation.
I know, this is like, so, but
I'm about to just get some holy water. Well, go ahead.
No, but look, having someone, right, having a human that's there and he sees, and he's like, no, you're not crazy. It's actually happening. It makes me like feel a little bit better, because I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy, right? Because I was feeling all of these things. I'm like, maybe I need to go to sign myself up and just go in for 3 days into the loony bin.
And a lot of people right now are having memory problems and memory issues. And that's a whole other can of worms, but the transition from like fourth dimension to fifth dimension, where it's not memories.
Sully, and you
already
have
being
your own
in the
podcast
space
about
of
this.
knowing, right? So our intuitions, are heightened.
And you know, and it's crazy. And I feel so cool doing it, but I know when women are pregnant before they know, because I feel their child.
You can feel the
I feel
energy.
I feel, and it happened. I realized it was happening on the day that I got married. I got married on 2/22/22. So I got married on a 2/22 Tuesday.
His birthday's a 2/22.
Oh, that's so cool. Awesome. So and it was funny because we got married on a Tuesday, because it was like shortly after like the whole tumor thing happened. But we got married, and I completely forgot where I was going with this.
Pregnancy. You were able to.
Okay. Yes. So the girl that went to go take the pictures, she didn't know she was pregnant, but I hugged her, and I felt her blue energy, like it was like blue, and I felt the aura, and I'm like, oh, congratulations. And she looked at me and she's like, what? I'm like, are you having a boy? She had no idea. She's like, no, I'm not pregnant. That's where the conversation stayed. She contacts me 2 months later, and she's like, how did you know? And I'm like, no, what? And she's like, that I was pregnant. I was like, oh, I saw the blue coming out of you. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I felt it. But it wasn't with just her. It was like with my coworker. I felt her baby's energy, and it's just so crazy. Now I'm like, I'm not crazy after all.
I don't know. If it happens more than once, then it's...
Yeah, it definitely.
There's no
It's
such
been
thing
about
as
4
coincidence.
times. Yeah, now. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. But we definitely got to have a podcast with Sully here.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Sully is just like me. We're so into these conversations and aliens and all that.
On the next episode of X-Files. So,
mind readers, healers.
Viviana, where can, and if you look at that camera right there, where can people find you? Any tags you want to put out there where they can find you, your Instagrams, whatever it is? You just throw that camera right there.
Yeah, just find me on Instagram. I have 2 platforms, vivianaizabel and Vivify Beauty Lab. You can reach out to me directly, send me a DM if you have any questions about sound healing, or if you're experiencing anything and think sound healing may help. Feel free to reach out. I also do sound baths. I know we didn't get a chance to touch on sound baths yet. But
why didn't we?
We'll say because we're saving it for next time. Because I'm coming back.
Okay, when Sully's here as well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Then I can just leave. Me and Erica go work out or something.
But if you're, there's a little bit of sound healing on the platform too. But sound baths, we're going to be doing one at the Look Loft on the 29th of this month, and I'm doing another one April 13th, which is a plant your own bonsai, and then we're doing a grounding sound bath meditation with our bonsai plant.
I love bonsais.
Yes, you have to come. Please come.
I will.
So you'll see me and Liz there.
Let's go shopping for that Cybertruck or something, bro.
Please don't let him use the horn on the Cybertruck, please. I need him to come home that night. You need to come home.
The horn is the coolest thing. speaker.
Well, thank you for coming down to the Flavor
Thank you for
Podcast.
having me. This was a lot
And
of
Gregory,
fun.
can you give me what I usually give out because I forgot to grab one?
Yes, and thank you
Without
so much
falling?
for sharing.
Yes, thank you too.
And everything, like the information, and just putting so much care in it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
So, Viviana, you have flavor.
Hey.
And spice.
And spice.
Did I leave the price on there? Oh, well. It does, you know what it
That's
costs.
okay. I'm gonna look up that angel number 329.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So, my adobo. You know what adobo is, right, Eric? Nope. It's just seasoning for food.
You'll like it.
Latinos use it a lot.
Yeah,
Put it on your chicken.
Well, thank you for coming down to the Flavor Podcast.
Thank you for
This
having
is
me.
Los and
Liz.
we are
Out.
out.
Bye.